Welcome back to the channel. I'm currently 4 hours and 15 minutes into an 8.5 hour drive. Just finished crossing the Mackinac Bridge. Of course, I had to stop and get a pasty for dinner. But it's been a while since I've had a trip, so school's out for the summer. Currently on my way to Houghton, Michigan to meet up with my brother. Then tomorrow morning, we're going to drive up to Copper Harbor and take the ferry over to Royale. It's gonna be a pretty big trip, biggest trip I've done yet, so I'm a little nervous, but I'm excited to push myself and kind of get to see the island finally. I've heard a lot of great things about it. Officially made it to Houghton, so we'll catch you guys in the morning at Copper Harbor. Welcome to Copper Harbor. We'll be getting on the ferry that is right down there. You can't quite see it on camera, but that'll be the next 4 hours of our life, and then we'll be at Isle Royale. Made it to the Queen. Well, we made it onto the trail after a beautiful ferry ride. We've got 14 miles till we get to camp, so we're gonna keep trekking along, stop for lunch at some point, and we'll keep you updated along the way. We're currently about 3 miles in. Not a moose yet, but we've seen lots of moose crap, so that's, I guess, a sign of them. We made it to the top of Mount Franklin. It's got a gorgeous view.
Well, that right there is the Ojibwe Lookout Tower, which is our lunch spot and our halfway point for today. So we are pumped.
Almost there. We made it to the Ojibwe Lookout Tower. Halfway point for the day and stopping point for lunch. Plan was to eat lunch up here, but it looks like the top's locked off, so we'll go back down. For the next 7 days, we'll be eating chicken and tortillas for lunch. We got different flavored chicken packets, sauces, bacon bits, whatever we can get to spruce it up. But it tastes good today. I'm sure we'll get real sick of it. You guys can't see it, but there's a moose down there in the water. That's our first one of the trip. We just passed the junction for Chicken Bone and McCargo. So we're heading to McCargo for the night. We were told that that's a nicer campsite and it's worth the extra 2 miles. So we got 2 miles left and then we'll be at camp for the night. Came across our first real moose encounter. We saw one earlier, but Coop was walking in front and big old splash just out of the river that we were getting ready to cross, or the lake, and moose stands up probably 25 feet away from us. So a little nerve-wracking. I mean, really cool to be that close, but we just kind of waited it out, put a tree in between us, and ended up going its own way so we could cross. That's about the closest I think I want to be.
We made it to camp.
Our feet are killing us. Total mileage 14.75, almost 15. Fortunate enough that we were able to get one of the shelters here. It's all screened in. Hopefully. So for dinner tonight, I've got some Knorr Alfredo, and I'm gonna mix it with some meatballs. Should be pretty good, and this is a hefty package to help kill some weight.
I'm going for the loaded baked mashed potatoes with some added bacon.
Don't mess with the Idahoan, man. Don't mess with the Idahoan. Get out of here. Go.
For you.
Go. We had a good meal. Long day, so we're just gonna lay down, chill for a little bit, and then probably hit the hay. But we'll catch you guys in the morning for breakfast. Beautiful rainy morning. We're back on the trail here. We've got just under 14 miles today, and we got the whole day to do it, so really no rush. Coming up here on part of the Monog mine. You guys can't see it good on camera, but there's a little bit of snow down there. Some old mine rails down there. I know what you're thinking. Careful, low ceiling.
Right here we've got a bunch of mine tailings from the Monog mine. It's just a bunch of poor rock, essentially doesn't have enough copper for them to process it. So they just dump it here. This is food.
Pretty good?
They're really sweet.
Alright, I'll try one. That guy right there. Very spearminty.
Mm-hmm. But it's a lot sweeter when they're the smaller, like bright green younger ones. Whereas the older pine needles are, you can eat, but you should steep it in a tea if you want it to even taste good at all.
Tastes like a candle.
They're a little taller. Oh, hi there.
Hello. We made it here to Todd Harbor. This is our hopefully stopping here for lunch. It's real mosquito-y right now, so I'm heading down to this dock, see if we get out on the dock, if it's a little less buggy. This marks our halfway point for today. Gorgeous halfway point for sure, here in this little harbor. And there's campsites here as well, but we are going to make it to Little Todd, which is about another 6 miles, so that we have less hiking to do tomorrow. Couldn't ask for a much better lunch spot. So you guessed it, we've got chicken wraps again today. We're gonna scarf those down and then we'll get back on the trail. That seems sketch. After a long day, we made it to Little Todd. Oof. Mosquitoes are pretty bad here. This beach is super nice. Super foggy today, so we can't, normally I think you might be able to see Canada over there. Can't see anything today. Mosquitoes are slightly better out here, but not great. Currently sitting on the beach eating dinner, getting eaten alive by mosquitoes. It's a little better than it was when we first got here, but
I've got some black garlic ramen bowl tonight for dinner, dehydrated meal. Give you a little close up. And Coop's got some Maruchan beef ramen. Classic. Classic cheap stuff. 99 to go. Seriously, I haven't got. Yeah, that's a beautiful view over there. Here, we'll do the influencer tap. We finished up a good meal, got everything hung up for the night, so we're gonna just chill out in the tent. It was sprinkling a little bit, but try and plan our route for tomorrow, and we'll see you guys in the morning. Good morning. Nice chilly morning, keeping the bugs away. Had some more granola for breakfast. Coop's got a Pop-Tart today. Big day today. 16 miles probably? Yeah, 16 miles about to Wendigo. 16-ish to Wendigo. So the nice thing is, at Wendigo we'll have showers, hopefully a shelter, gift shop, visitor center. So that's the opposite visitor center on the island. So we started at Rock Harbor, and then now we're on the total other end of the island by the end of today. So that'll be cool to be able to see all that. We're back on the trail. I just made it to the junction that goes to North Azor, so we're heading that way, and then we'll split off once we get to the next junction and head towards Wendigo for the night. So another big day. Feeling all right. Knees are a little achy, but I'm sure I'll be feeling it by the end of it. Stopping for a little snack break. We think we're just over probably a quarter of the way there. Honey Stinger waffles. Can't go wrong with those. We just crossed the junction to go to Lake Azor or Wendigo. So according to the map, that means we've done about 5.2 miles, although it feels like more than that. But now we've got about a 10-mile stretch until the junction that crosses the Huggin Cove Trail with Wendigo. So well, we are stopping for lunch. We think we're a little over halfway, but today I've got some Sloppy Joe packets. Haven't tried this one before, so I'm kind of excited for that. Of course, bacon bits, mayo, and on a tortilla like usual. If it ain't broke, don't fix it, right? Yep. I inherited my dad's knees though, because they are feeling it. But we're getting close. Self a friend. Little garter snake. Friendly little guys. Whole bunch of them, huh? There's a lot around here. Come on, little fella. Well, things are not going exactly as planned. Coop thinks we're about 2.5 miles from camp, which is good, but my knee has been shot for like half of the day, so we're slowed down to probably 1 mile an hour. Going real slow, but we'll get there eventually. Just gotta take it slow, one step at a time. We passed the junction for Wendigo and Huggins Cove, so we're 1.8 from Wendigo. Well, you won't believe this. I sure don't, but we finally made it here. And we're fortunate enough to get an open shelter, so that's gonna make this night that much better. But
They got a water fill up here for us. We're gonna hang out for a second, probably go fill up water. And then tomorrow we'll probably go into Wendigo and get showers, maybe do laundry, check out the gift shop, that kind of stuff. So glad to be here. That was a long day.
Yeah. Very aerated too.
If you're sore when you reach Dazor, you'd better turn back. You'll never hack what the Minogue has in store. We were sore at Dazor.
And we didn't turn back.
We didn't turn back. I've got some, this is my first Pinnacle Foods one, so I'm pretty excited. I've heard good things about them. I got some jalapeno cheddar biscuits and herb sausage gravy. Nice big meal. Hopefully will get me ready for tomorrow. We changed up the plan a little bit. I think we'll still hit our 100-mile goal that we're working on, but we're not gonna do the Feltman loop like we talked about. I hate to get out there and my knee be all jacked up. And so we'll see. We're gonna play it by ear, see what the morning holds, but we've got a plan going back down the Greenstone Ridge Trail. It'll be easier, probably 12-mile days or so, with a couple shorter ones in between. But Coop, what do you got for dinner?
Got me some Mountain House chicken and dumplings. Haven't had this one before, so I'm excited to try
That's
it.
my favorite one so far. I'm also trying for the first time these Element, not sponsored. I know every other YouTube sponsored by them, but I've heard good things about them, and I think I need the electrolytes today, so I'm gonna try that, see how it is.
It's good.
This raspberry salt Element packet, really good. Well, I hate to say it, this might dethrone the chicken and dumplings for me. It's got that jalapeno in it, gives it a little bite, a little more flavor, and it's good. Officially made it through another day. This one's been the toughest one yet for sure. We figure we're just under 50 miles for the trip. Like real close to 50. So I think even though we're shortening the route, I think we're still gonna hit our 100. Tomorrow we're gonna head into Wendigo, get some showers, check out the visitor center, maybe get some food from there. See you guys in the morning. How tall are you, Coop?
5'8".
5'8". Here in Wendigo, got a shower. Our clothes are in the laundry, so feeling refreshed. We're gonna stop by the store and get some food before we head out, but we stopped by the visitor center. Magnet has been acquired, and now we're at the public pavilion that apparently has some Wi-Fi, so we can just check some stuff. Check the weather, see how that's doing. We're gonna have a late start to the day, but we got some pulled pork sandwiches. Made it onto the Greenstone Ridge Trail, so this is probably the most popular trail on the island. So it should be pretty easy going for the day. We'll have some elevation getting up to the ridge. We got 5.8 to Island Mine campsite, so we might do lunch around there, and we have just under 12 total for the day. So we'll probably be rolling into camp 6 or 7, depending on how our pace goes for the day. I'm feeling better. This has officially become my longest backpacking trip that I've ever done. We just passed the post, heading to South Dazor for the night, so 4.8 miles to camp. We did get some intel from other hikers that South Dazor is closed for maintenance, but we're gonna risk it. Making a quick snack break here. Got more word from some other hikers that South Dazor is closed, which is unfortunate. But they did say that we should be allowed to disperse to camp because the campsite's closed. So hopefully we can disperse to camp. You know, that just makes water a little bit harder, but we should be able to find something to filter. And then maybe get a little bit closer to Hatchet. Or the other option is go another 8 miles to Hatchet, which I'll be pushing it, I don't know. So we'll see. Coast Guard's out there. Got this beautiful little lookout here, and we're pretty sure that's Dazor Lake where we wanted to camp tonight, which is closed for maintenance, but we just saw a Coast Guard helicopter fly in there. Sounds like they're hovering right now. So we want to kind of see what's it all about, if they're just moving equipment around for maintenance or if they're getting somebody out of there. Coast guards flying out right over there. They were hovering for quite a while. We don't know if they're bringing something out or what they were doing. Didn't see anything attached to the bottom, but they might have been like medevacing somebody out, or who knows. So we'll be down to South Dazor here in probably a half hour or so, and we can kind of see if there's any updates on it. So we just passed the junction for South Dazor campsite, and as you saw, there's sheriff tape around it, so something serious is probably going on there. I think more so than maintenance. Doesn't seem like that's going to be an option for the night, but we've got 3.5 miles to Ishpeming Point, where there's a tower there that we've heard a couple other hikers say that they've seen people dispersed camping there. So our hope is make it to that dispersed camp for the night, wake up early just so we can get to Hatchet Lake, because we'll be probably low on water if we can't find a water source tonight.
We made it here.
Well, what was supposed to be a short, restful day, easy 12, not even 12, under 12,
Yeah.
turned into another 15 miler. So hit Dazor, as you saw, it was closed, so we did 3.5 here. We're at Ishpeming Point. Plan is to disperse camp a little farther down trail, but we're gonna get food here, and then that way we can just hang it up, get to camp, and get in bed. And then we've only got 5 miles to Hatchet tomorrow, so tomorrow I'm gonna jinx it, but tomorrow should be an easy day, hopefully. But because we were running low on water, chicken packets. We didn't have for lunch, we had our pulled pork sandwiches, so chicken packet a day keeps the doctor away.
Yep.
I got our camp set up. Not the most ideal spot, but
It works.
it works for the night. So our plan is to get up about 6, about sunrise, and hit the trail. Coop was able to get 1 bar of service, and he looked up the news about it, South Lake Dazor, and it sounds like there was 2 people found dead there. So a little scary. We don't have all the details yet, but something that makes you think about and just makes you careful out here, because it's scary. So we'll catch you guys in the morning. Good morning. Time is about 6:30. We're back on the trail. Mother Nature, about a half hour before we wanted to leave, decided, hey, let's just give them enough rain to get their gear wet. So now all our stuff's wet. So hopefully we can get a nice rest day. Looks like the sun's trying to peek out, so we can get everything dry. Would be awesome. And just like that, we made it to Hatchet Lake. Campers are starting to roll out, so we'll be able to get prime picking. We just filtered some water, getting hydrated, and then we'll get camp set up, and we just got the whole day to rest, figure out our mileage and map for tomorrow, and should be a good day. Not a bad little rest day we got going here. Coop did some exploring. I had my morning nap. So getting lunch going now, and then just hanging out. Sun's out, blazing for the first time the whole trip, pretty much.
I'm gonna burn today.
Yeah, right. So we got all our gear out. Hopefully our boots are the only thing we're not sure if will be dry for tomorrow, but at least everything else will be dry, and that'll get us ready for our longest day left tomorrow. We're gonna try this Canyon Crack. Let's see, we got dark chocolate Oreo flavor tonight, Biscoff flavor tomorrow. That's pretty legit.
That's good.
Wow, that's good. We did some calculations, and we want to hit our 100-mile goal, so we got to add mileage to the next couple days. Not ideal, but not impossible. So we got a good rest day today. Plan is to now go to Chippewa, which will be 15.2 tomorrow.
We got some mashed potatoes for dinner. We've just been kind of hanging out all day, enjoying the rest, trying to get refueled for tomorrow. So we're gonna finish our dinner and then hang out for a little bit longer, pack up camp, and probably get an early start in the morning. So we'll see you guys then. Good morning to the folks at home. It's a beautiful morning here in Hatchet Lake. We've got our 0.3 super steep ascension here out of the campground. And once we hit that, we'll have just under 15 miles till Chippewa Lake today. So we're still shooting for the 100. I'm feeling pretty fresh. Goop's feeling pretty good. We had a chilly night, but it's a beautiful morning. I tell you, it's not how I want to start my morning hike. 0.3 just vertical. That's brutal. Keep that in mind if you're going to Hatchet Lake. But so way out over there is the UP, and way over there is Canada, and we can see Canada pretty well and just barely see the UP. And just like that, we made it to the Chicken Bone Junction before 11. So we've got 3.4 miles to Lake Ritchie, which will be where the rest of the night is decided. Whether we continue on to Chippewa to hit our 100, or we head to Mosky to make it easy. We're both leaning towards Chippewa because we want to hit our 100 mark. But we're having a quick snack break, cookies and cream Cliff Bar, and then we'll be back on the trail making good time, good pace. Made it to lunch at Lake Ritchie here. We are fortunate enough that we can eat 2 chicken packets today because we had our pulled pork sandwiches the other day. We got 4.2 miles to Chippewa Harbor. We're hoping there's gonna be a shelter waiting for us. Well, we made it. So this is a pretty cool campsite we're at, Chippewa Harbor, but blisters are kicking in. Knee started feeling it at the end. A little bit shorter day tomorrow, and then the last day will be nothing, so I'm not worried about that. But trip is coming to a close real quick here. Been awesome so far. Beautiful out here on the dock. This was definitely a good campsite, and one that I don't think too many people get to unless you're coming in by boat. Alright, I'm going to take a second to talk about my Z-Packs camp shoes. Coop thinks they're really silly. He's laughing at me right now, but here's the thing. I've never been a camp shoe guy because I can't justify the weight of bringing extra shoes when you don't actually need extra shoes because you already have them. I bought these before this trip, and I admit they look silly. The whole idea is kind of silly. They're kind of expensive for what they really are. They've actually been about what I was looking for because I think the pair is 3.7 ounces, so light enough where you don't feel bad bringing them, and they give you just enough where you can walk around in them. Your feet breathe from the top. They'd actually make pretty good. They made good shower shoes when I took a shower earlier this week, or good water shoes would be, something else with them. Overall, I'm gonna recommend them. For somebody who can't justify bringing a whole nother pair of shoes and wants something to slip into at camp, they've been nice having that. Looks like from the prints on the beach that a wolf was chasing after a moose here. Pretty cool. It's crazy how big their prints are. They're almost both as big as my hand, but. Alright, so me and Coop are down at the beach. I went back to the shelter. Coop does a little more exploring. He comes back. He says, hey, I just found a cabin that's from 1936. One of the original cabins. I'm gonna hand the camera over to Coop so he can tell us how he found it.
There's some social trails back here. I was hoping to find some new beaches or something. You know, see Chippewa Harbor area a little more. Kept following this trail and eventually ran into a little cabin in the woods. Originally built in 1936 and was restored in 2005 by the Royale National Historic Association, I believe it is, and Royale National Park. Doesn't look like it's been touched in the 20 years since then, but everything in there is pretty broken, dirty, except for the shiny plaque that says exactly what I just said on it.
Enough. This kid's not lying. There's just a cabin out here. How in the world do you ever find that without knowing about it? Pretty bad over here, huh?
Squeeze your way through the door.
Oh, jeez. This is sketchy. You guys probably can't see great in here. Oh, here's the plaque he's talking about.
Oh, here, show this one, Trent. These right here, these are better shoes than what Trent's wearing.
Alright. Had to have that included, didn't you? I can't believe you just stumbled upon that. Very nice campsite for the night. I think this one has been probably our favorite. I was telling Coop I wish it was a little less buggy, but it's kind of all the campsites. Just depends on the weather for that day. So we're gonna hang out for the rest of the night and then get to bed. And we've got about 14 miles to do in the morning, so we'll see you then. Nice little shelter.
Good morning. Back on the trail this morning. Had another chilly night. So we both were a little cold, a little chillier than we were hoping for. But question of the day is, will we be able to get a shelter at 3 Mile? Because 3 Mile is one of the closest campsites to Rock Harbor. So we're afraid everybody coming in on the ferry is gonna head right to 3 Mile and it's gonna be bumped. We just made it back to our junction. We just crushed 4.5 miles in 1 hour and 20 minutes. That's record time, dude. We're cruising. All right, we just passed the post by Mosky. Now we got 3.5 to Daisy, and it's currently 9:30, so we're running well ahead of schedule. We're gonna have plenty of time at camp and hopefully get ourselves a shelter. 11 o'clock, made it to Daisy Farm. This place is pretty sweet. Whole bunch of campsites. You can tell it gets super busy, but understandably why. It's got a pretty nice beach area, an amazing dock with an awesome view. For the most part, Siskiwit Mine is flooded and filled, so you can't really go in it. I think Minogue Mine's been our favorite mine so far.
We made it to our final campsite of the trip. We did 14 miles in 5.5 hours, so pretty quick pace for the day. Currently sitting at 95 miles. So that means we've got 5 we got to do tomorrow. Decided to switch it up and do a peanut butter and jelly tortilla for lunch. It's at least something different. Successful day. and an end to an adventure. We got 2.7 miles in the morning back to Rock Harbor. We're gonna do a quick 4-mile hike round trip to Scoville Point so that we can hit our triple digits, our 100. It'd be epic.